What's up, guys? So I've been thinking about it lately, and I've been wanting to check out a couple. I wanted to check out, another YouTuber's, opinion on what he thought of the Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. And this YouTuber's name is Jeremy Johns. Now, Jeremy Johns, you guys probably know him more than I do, but Jeremy Johns, I watched him a couple of times here and there to get his take on what he thought of the movie here and there. And the dude is funny. And the dude, he gets some good, perspective on movies and stuff like that. So every once in a while, like, I like to give his perspective on what he thought, and kind of, give his take. And maybe I agree or maybe I disagree here and there. But, yeah, I already checked in Tyro Magnus, The Cosmic Wonders, and the Real Rejects movie review on Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. If you have not checked that out, I suggest you go and do so. So that way, we can kind of catch up on all these guys' movie take on Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. They should call themselves Marvel YouTubers Pioneer, because they started off. They were the pioneers of talking about Marvel and stuff like that before us. So, I don't know much about the Cosmic Wonder, but I sure as hell know that Jeremy Johns, Tyro Magnus, and Greg Alba. I know that for a fact, which he's now, his YouTube name is Real Reject with his buddy over there. I don't know his name, but, yeah. And I almost forgot Akasan. Akasan too. I don't know if he still makes videos or not, but, yeah, man. So let's see what Mr. Johns has to say about Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness.
Oh, we're about to talk about some Multiverse of Madness, but first I want to
You're damn right.
This video is brought to you by Displate, because the quest for a perfect nerd cave is a quest worth doing. Displate offers high quality prints on metal with millions of options available: video games, comic books, movies, comic book movies, my spirit animal. And displaying them is really easy. Just wipe down the wall, stick the magnet, the print hangs right there. And in a world where we just gotta change it up sometimes, swapping out the prints is easy as 1, 2, and that's it. There's no 3. It's 1, 2, done. So click the link below, and for a limited time you get 31% off of 1 or 2 prints, or 41% off of 3 or more prints.
Well, traveler, optimizing your nerd room.
And now the moment you've all been waiting for, that moment where I thank you for clicking on my face. Thank you for that. I feel the love, you're the best. Also, this is a spoiler-free review. That is to say there are no spoilers in this video. I do plan on making a spoiler talk video in the next couple days.
I'm gonna check that out next. The spoiler review. I'm gonna check it out.
So Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness is a new Doctor Strange movie, the new MCU movie. Dr. Stephen Strange runs across a girl named America Chavez. He's like, alright, I'm gonna help this girl, I'm gonna protect her, because there are nefarious things after her. And that adventure takes them through the Multiverse of Madness. Now the dynamic between Doctor Strange and America Chavez, I really liked it. It's kind of like, he wants to protect her, she doesn't really trust him. But I don't know much about America Chavez. I'm posturing.
Neither did I.
Like I've said this before, and I will say it again. We're in the deep cuts.
But they did good of showing us of who she was, especially if we're not the comic guy, comic goers like some of you guys are. You know what I mean?
More about. I'm just sitting back and relaxing and enjoying the MCU as it comes at me at this point. Point is, as I don't know anything about America Chavez, I did like the dynamic between her.
The director of the movie, I think his name is Sam. He did really good.
Also, her name cracks me up. It shouldn't. It's like
I forgot to mention that on my review.
America. That song changed the course of history. Don't let anyone tell you different. Oh, my favorite, I think it was Strange, was like, is America okay? I was like, no, not really, no. Oh, you mean the kid? Yeah, I'm sure she's fine. Point is, I like the dynamic between Doctor Strange and her. Now, this is Sam Raimi in the MCU. No, he did not do an
Raimi, technically. Exactly with Raimi.
He did an MCU multiverse movie before it was an MCU multiverse movie. But for the sake of technically being accurate, this is his first MCU.
He did do Spider-Man's movie, did he? No wonder why
he brings that Sam Raimi dynamic, man. Like the first.
I can see now he wants to do Spider-Man 4. That's what I heard. I would have minded.
This is that.
I would have minded.
Reminds me of something. Just the way it was like Stephen Strange, Doctor Strange going in to save the day. That civilian to hero dynamic when he gears down, and then the action sequence as it was filmed, as it looked, it was just very reminiscent of the action sequence. One of the action sequences in Spider-Man 2. Gotta say, I was like, I'm in. It worked for me, man. Call it nostalgia, call it whatever, but I liked it. Also, does this movie have horror elements in it? We've seen him interject horror elements into, like, Spider-Man 2. When Doc Ock is in the OR, he becomes Dr. Octopus, and those metal arms just like horror movie snakes.
Oh yeah,
that's like a horror movie scene in a comic book.
That's
movie.
true.
The rest of the movie
I didn't think about
no
that.
horror movie
It
This
was a
movie
little
has
similar
a
to
lot
Spider-Man
of
2. I didn't
horror
think about
movie
that.
tones sprinkled
I didn't think
throughout.
about that. That was
And
good
weirdly
perspective.
works. It works
Good
because
point.
you're going through the multiverse, different realms, different realities. And sometimes it doesn't explain how or why a thing works. Just works. But sometimes that does work for the movie. Sometimes it's like, no, you didn't hide it enough. I get it. You're just kind of hoping that everyone's like, yeah, but it looks cool. Did it look cool? Yeah, but I just kind of wasn't blinded for that moment, so now I'm questioning it. So there's give and take there. But the point is, when it's Sam Raimi horror tone, it was awesome. I like that more than the concept of going through the multiverse. I just, anytime it was Sam Raimi horror tone, it was like, this is badass. And kind of in line with that, you know what I like most about this movie? And I mean it. The carnage. That's right. New MCU movie. What did I like most? The blood.
The blood and the gore.
You can have horror tone.
I can see Jeremy John. He's into horror films and stuff like that. I'm sure he's into horror films.
More people died horribly in this movie than I expected to die so horribly in an MCU.
You guys probably
you
more.
Feel like Sam Raimi's
you guys probably know more about him than I do. I only watch him from time to time. I'll watch him regularly, like I do with Tyrone Magnus.
Family-friendly, PG-13 superhero.
Or the Hot Ones.
The time is now.
What can I say? I like me some fun, unexpected Carnage candy, and I don't want to overhype it, I don't want to oversell it, but I'm just saying, in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, tasted pretty good. You know who I loved in this movie? Elizabeth Olsen as Wanda Maximoff.
Amen to that.
I thought she was excellent in this movie. Granted, she has a lot of emotional setup, and that emotional setup from other MCU things feeds into the emotional moments in here, and I thought she had a great emotional arc. I didn't cry, but it kind of got the knot in the throat going, you know.
And she put a lot of dark and
but I didn't cry.
Satanic stuff in her character, too.
Point is, I thought she was great. Also, the musical score.
And she believed in that character. As JR would say, believe in him.
Movie, I've seen this in the MCU more than a few times, where you watch a movie, like, the movie's great, and your friend could be like, yeah? What was your favorite part of the musical score? And you'll be like, I don't know. For nothing else. There's this thing that's just creatively interesting that has to do with music. In the end, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness was a bonkers, batshit, crazy multiverse good time. It doesn't always stick the landing on things. There's some moments where you're like, yeah, you're just kind of aimlessly going places, aren't you? And it doesn't really pay off, but it looks cool. You're just hoping the audience... That's enough. It's enough for the audience. They're like, they won't question it, right? And sometimes, yeah, they get away with that. But when I left the movie, I was like, I enjoyed that. Could have also been shorter. There were a couple of cheese dialogue moments, not necessarily just... I can't limit it to the script. It just sounded like there were a couple of moments where someone's trying to sound very villainous. But it came across as cheesy. I could totally see it. Sam Raimi just doing that. Like, yeah, cheese is fun, right? It's not everywhere in the movie, so I'm not saying the whole movie's like that. Those moments that it does happen just stand out like... the best you got. But for the most part, I had a really good time with this movie. And it's when Sam Raimi injects that Sam Raimi horror flavor into the MCU. That's when I felt this movie was in top shape. I don't even care. Oh, it doesn't fit with the rest of the MCU. Don't care. I thought that's when it was at its best. And I love the fact that as I'm talking about this, this is like the first MCU movie I can think of where I'm like, well, I know your kids grew up with the MCU. I mean, or are growing up with the MCU. Not to say your kids are all grown up, and that's where the conversation comes into play. If you have really young kids who like some of the nice, lighter movies of the MCU, there's some imagery in here. It looks great, but also might terrify the fuck out of them and give them nightmares. You know your kids. You do you. You parent how you parent. I'm just saying. I'm here to inform. For me, I thought this movie was a great time. No alcohol required. And again,
I wish good time, you know.
Vague. In the next couple days, I'll release the spoiler talk video where I get into the spoilerish elements of Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
Check that out. Stay tuned.
Have you seen it? What did you think about it? Whatever you thought, comment below. Let me know. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here.
Oh man, that was a good intake. I did not know that Sam Raimi is the guy who actually directed the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, all from Spider-Man 1 to Spider-Man 3. I did not know that, which I want to point out that he actually, he mentioned that on one of the scenes, which I remember, I think it was when Wanda was sitting or kneeling down on the stone, the way how she like opened her arms and stuff like that. It was similar to Doctor Octavius in the Spider-Man 2, where he was trying to set up his, the tentacles that he had around him, the little machine stuff that he had around him. It was very, yeah. I didn't think about it. It was similar, but it was still, it's similar in a good way because it was like he said, like a nostalgia moment. You know what I mean? And I love Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. I do. If I could rate, the best Spider-Man actors or Spider-Man, my favorite Spider-Man characters in general, or character slash actor, I would say Tobey Maguire, Tom Holland, and Andrew Garfield. And not saying Andrew Garfield is a horrible actor as far as like Spider-Man goes, but I just just not in order. I put Tobey Maguire first because I grew up watching Tobey Maguire Spider-Man ever since it came out, and back then I think it came out in 2002, and that time we still had VHS tapes, so I used to watch it from time to time, either on VHS tapes or on regular DVD. So, and Tom Holland, listen, he killed it ever since. He's been killing the Spider-Man character ever since the Captain America Civil War. Okay, forget it. Hats off to Tom Holland. And Andrew Garfield, I watched the first Amazing Spider-Man and the second. I liked it. It was okay for me, but Tom Holland killed it a little bit better. So, but hey, I'm not knocking I'm not knocking any one of them, or knocking down Andrew Garfield. He killed it, especially the Spider-Man No Way Home. He killed it. It was so good. So I wouldn't mind seeing Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man again. Shit, why not have? Matter of fact, when there's another Spider-Man movie coming, why not call it Spider-Man? Into the multiverse, where you have all the Spider-Mans in one movie. You have Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. You got the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. You got the Tom Holland Spider-Man, and possibly there's a chance where you can get Miles Morales Spider-Man, all in 4. I didn't watch the intro. I get the cartoon Spider-Man. I think it was called Into the Verse or something like that. But yeah, why don't we call it something similar to like Spider-Man Multiverse of Madness or Spider-Man Into the Multiverse or Universal Spider-Man. Something like that, where you have all of the Spider-Mans from different multiverse in one movie, just like in No Way Home, but this time it's a lot bigger. I don't know if you guys understand what I'm saying. If you do, I appreciate that. But yeah, man, I think that would have been cool. I think Marvel has a lot to offer for Spider-Man and Doctor Strange and the Scarlet Witch, and which I hope they do not. I have a feeling they probably won't, but I just hope that they can that Wanda can have her powers back. That's all I'm saying, because I know she's still alive in some sort of way, but yeah. So hats off to Jeremy Jahns as usual, man. Good, interesting perspective. I see that he rated it as like an average good time, kind of like Taco Manis did, 3 out of 5. I would respect that too. I would say that so. That it's like a good time to watch. Like if you were, I don't know. Like if you wanted to if you were really bored and you wanted like how I do it, like I go in timeline order and watch from the Iron Man movie all the way to Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. I think that would be good. Like I said before, and I'll say it again. I would be lying to you guys if I say that I would not be watching this movie again, because I really would. I would. So let me know what you guys think on the comments below. Let me know what you guys think of Jeremy Johns posted on the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, you can go ahead, hit the like button, subscribe, and share. And make sure you guys click on the notification bell so that way you guys can get more upcoming videos in the near future. And if there's any videos you guys want me to do a reaction or do a challenge, you can always just leave it on the comment section down below. And if you have any questions for me, you can leave it on the comment section as well, which is down below right here. Or you can email me at greatamazon97@gmail.com so that way no one can see your question. Alright guys, well, until next time, peace out.